Rightio, welcome back for another episode of Barra Patrol. So, in the last episode, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. We've got this thing started and running. It's not running properly yet. So, we still hooked up the Hugo fuse. I'll show you that in a second. So that actually turns on and activates the O2 sensor. So the thing's just running really rich. You go tap the throttle, it revs a bit, and it revs real high. It just wants to die. But that's the goal today. We'll wire in the thermo fans, clean some stuff up, and maybe put the snorkel in, then clean some wiring up, make it real tidy, because after that wiring's pretty well done. See if it'll drive. You just need to sort out the revving issue. Other than that, it's probably going to be it for this episode. So let's get into it. Rightio, so this morning, just put these covers back on, put that back down, tied up the battery's in, not going anywhere. This is not how it's going to stay. So there's got to be a pipe, I think it's 2 mil thick. It's going to run around the front of the motor, over that, then into the snorkel. So I just need to wire this in. So I've got to wire them two together, because they're ground, and wiring them two together to turn both fans on at once. So Barra's actually turn one fan on and gets a bit hotter, then turns the other fan on. I'm just going to turn them both on at the same time, so it just cools it down real fast. So I've run the wiring, going to run it all behind here. Going to put this on next, just a couple of bolts, put sand back on, puts actually pressure on the coil packs to hold them down. I am going to put grease around them so you can go and water crossing in that. Water doesn't go down the plugs and have a misfire. Water's in radiator, wash bottle work. As you can see, the wipers work. No exhaust leaks yet. This is the mess we need to go clean up today. So they're them 2 wires there. So that's got to go to the engine bay. Then wherever it is, here you go. One. That there, here you go, fuse. So you put a fuse in the fuse box. It's probably already in there. So let's run that to one of these plugs in that one there, or in the back of one of them. So we're gonna follow the schematics, figure that out, put the fuse in, start it, see if it actually fixes it. If not, just gonna take the front of the charge pipe out, run it NA. It's got an NA map sensor in it at the moment, and the turbo will just be doing nothing. It's just part of the exhaust system then. See if it'll run and drive then. But if that doesn't work, we've got something going on down here, and we need to figure that out. So I'm gonna dive into that and put that cover on. We'll get back to you. Oh yeah, I got the car on the hoist. It did drive on there itself in reverse. But this happened here. That's where I've just cut it, but it blew the hose out. Thought I'd show you, so in case you've got it in your conversion. So it blew the hose out again. I just realised, I don't know why. I thought this hose works only 300 PSI. But you need a high pressure hose. So I've got this one here. Just found over in the shelf. Heaps of banjo fittings. So hopefully I can get the right thread on both them ends. So that one there has to be changed to a banjo. So we'll change that. Hopefully one will fit into the pump itself, and they'll be all high pressure and hopefully stop blowing that hose out. So I'll stuff around with this. Hopefully that fixes that issue. Righto, so if you can see, the steel line now is in there. Goes onto there. Then just got a banjo fitting under there, so we'll see if it works. Reservoir's full of oil. Rightio, we'll try one more time. So I was actually leaking out of that fitting there that goes into the box itself. I just forgot to put thread tape on there. So hopefully that works now. We'll test it, see if it leaks. Oh yeah, good sign. Not leaking anywhere. Doesn't sound too bad. Put a clip in now of your opener. Seems like it's stuck at 1400 RPM. So that's not ideal. We're moving under power. Holy. We're driving. We've made it back in the shed. Oh yeah, so I figured out why it's idling high, I think. You won't be able to see it, but down there, I'll show you on this one. So see where that butterfly shaft comes through? I've got to plug that hole up so there's a vacuum leak, hence why the high idle, and maybe the rev hanging. So I'm going to tap that out, put a bolt in there, and we'll start it, see if it'll idle high, and see if that fixes the problem. Right, yeah, so just started the car, oil pressure's right. That doesn't move because the thermostat opens, then that sensor will read. But if you can see this, so it says RPM. I've changed to a different screen so you can see it a bit better. So that's the RPM there. That was like 1400 just idling. So it's running mint now. It's not even that loud. I don't know why the fan's on already. We've got to figure that out. So we're back in the car. So it's on about 700, 750. It drops around 650, that's normal. But if you glued onto the last episode, last videos, if I stab the throttle, the revs will sit at about 2.5 RPM, or 2,500, sorry, and just hang there for 5 seconds and it'll drop. But now it's like, see how it's not hanging anymore? If I like just, if I barely breathed on that pedal, it'll stay up like 2,000 RPM, then it'll come back down. So it hung up a tiny bit, but that's normal because it's cold. So that's only revving at 3,000. Not enough to build boost. Making a little bit. So I hit limiter then, and it barely made 1 PSI. But you're never gonna build boost. Oh, she's stalled. But you're never gonna build boost in park. Like you're always gonna build boost when you're driving with load on the motor. So that's fixed. Righty, yeah, so I found another issue. All the carpet's wet. Probably can't see because we've got that light. We've busted the heater core or something because it's leaking like all that carpet, so you can see it dripping. So there's something going on behind there in the aircon system. So we need to figure that out before it gets worse. Oh yeah, so you would have seen that last clip there of the coolant coming out of the car. So I found out, did some more research on a Patrol Barra page and that. Up in there, I've got no light. Up in there, that's where the heater core is. So if you don't put, I've got some T-pieces here. There's some clamps off the Falcons I've got down the back. So see how that line there tees in? So that's not enough, and it creates too much pressure in the heater core and pops it. And that's what's happened. It's popped it. So I need to get another heater core. So I've got them T-pieces, so I'm just going to tee into them. So I'll bypass it, so not all the pressure goes through the heater tap and pop it. So we'll go back through the system, hopefully that fixes it. And sadly this turbo has shut the bed. The rear is grinding really bad. We got a shit ton of shaft play and it is starting to eat into that housing. So I'm not having that. Up the back there in that black box, I do have a GT35 for it. Bit bigger front housing. Probably spool up quicker, but it's a way better turbo. It's brand new. This one was second hand. I've did some mods to it. But I do have to go external gate. So got one of them coming, so I'm just going to external gate it from there to the ground and make a pipe that goes from there to there, so I can get it engineered. So I will be external gated now and just have a screamer pipe. So today we're pulling the turbo off, making a flange. See how this one's got that. I need to make that bit on the other turbo because I don't have that, nothing to fit it. So I'm going to make that a bit of flat. Got a 3-inch hole saw there. So we'll match up. Got another V-band over there in the box. It's going to go turbo, flange, a little bit of 3-inch pipe, V-band, straight to this stock exhaust that we've made. Then we'll have a new turbo really, because all these lines and that will bolt straight up to it. So we'll get it on the turbo stuff, then we'll stuff around with the coolant and that. So yeah, let's get onto it. I still can use the boost tee as well, but we'll see how we go.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain.
Alright, let's get the turbo on now. So So that's going to go to the external wastegate, but that's not here. Should be here next week sometime. Turbo is extremely bigger. And I started, revved it, and it made 4 PSI, so it's flowing a lot more air than that old one. Maybe shit itself. But these V-bands, the surfaces are different, but I've got the right surface on this side, so I'm gonna cut this off here. Make a space out and put the proper V-band, or maybe I could push that forward and mate it up, so there won't be exhaust leak there. Other than that, that bit of the turbo is done. So I just need to make the wastegate bit and go into there, and the screamer pipe as well. But I don't have parts, so I can't do it. But I'll knock this out and we'll come back. Rightio, so turbo's in, got a new elbow. Because that turbo is a 2.5 inch outlet, the other one was 2 inch. Swell that up, looks pretty shit. The welder was bloody playing up and ran out of gas. So that's that jumble of mess. So that's the bypass hose from the other hose down there. But that heater coil's already busted, so got to get another one in there. But that means I'm gonna have to pull it out of through here. Then like I said, it's all it's elastic around there, so I have to pull all that crap out and I have to repaint all the firewall again. But I'll do that off camera. No exhaust leaks anymore because of that. So I have to put a 4 inch to a 3 inch. Something like that. Then I'm going 3 inch all the way around the top because this dice is a lot harder than a 4 inch, like it doesn't echo as much. But just gonna put that on there, see if it'll dice alright. But I won't be revving it too hard because I don't have a wastegate or nothing, so I don't want to build boost yet without tune. So I'll chuck this on and see what she sounds like. Rightio, so I've got that reducer on there now. Just note that the car is already hot. That's loud. I wasn't even revving that up. I'm gonna get the computer to see how hard I'm revving it, but I made 4 PSI. Holy. I need to get some fuel for it too. Bloody hell, this turbo is way healthier. Well, it is brand new, but healthier than that old bloody piece of junk on the ground. Bloody earth, I'm excited now. Rightio, so now we are replacing the heater core. So the dash pretty well has to come all the way out almost to replace. That's how much water like leaks out, like it's leaking really bad. So this one out of the patrol got down the back was a pain in the ass, but I've pretty much just cut the dash out of it because it's just a parts car. So this is what we're replacing. I believe it's broken this plastic bit because that's where the valve is. Because the GQs are a closed circuit and the GEs are open circuit, so GEs don't really have this problem, but they do sometimes. So we'll rip the dash out and replace that. Oh yeah, it's got dash half out. So that's the box there you have to take out. So you do have to do is get that one bolt out. Rightio, so that is it out. This is a pain in the ass to get out. So it's the heater core here, so the lines went through the firewall. So what I got to do now is take this strap off, so them 2 bolts, these straps here, so them 3, 4, and I just unplug that then. That's just for your flap. So as you open it, the air will go through the heater core and open the tap so the water can go through it. And you close it, closes the tap. So that's the problem there. The tap closes and the circuit closes. It builds pressure and it blows the tap out. So we'll put that one in and get it back in the car. Okay, so not changing gears in normal because I don't have the cam barra and that in it yet. But it does change gears in sport shift. So that's good. So just gonna go down the road here, go through all the gears, see if they work, as some oil in places that hasn't been for a long time. Get into a little bit. Holy, that turbo's loud. It's about 6 PSI, so. Hopefully you can hear that turbo, not just wind noise, but holy. Fucking hell, it's got some body roll. Made 18 pounds. Not ideal. But don't have a wastegate, so we'll get that on next. It's still coming. So it's gonna be next weekend. See if there'll skid in the shed. But yeah, so just steaming a bit because turbo blanket and that would have me greasy hands and everything. Water's not leaking on the outside. I think I figured this out. Yep, fluid's right. Cross me fingers, but there's no fluid on the ground anywhere. That's just when I filled her up. So I think them pipes are leaking a bit. So I'm gonna have to put some stuff around them. Turbo drain is right, not leaking. Then go in here. We've got no water, so the heat core is fixed. Does have a new one. So next step, show you where the wastegate's gonna go. So I'm going to come out here, probably sit the wastegate about there, so that hose there plumb straight back into it and be spiffy. So it's going to go there, and the pipe will come down for a screamer, then straight in to the dump. Oh yeah, so it's going to be the end of this episode. I didn't realise it was this long. So next episode we'll be working on the external gate and the can barra, so the speed and revs be working. A bit more wiring, still got to wire up the alternator. Anyway, so this one is all wrapped up now. So the new turbo's on. New heater core. Because that shut itself, sadly. And that was a waste of a day. That's it for this one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Helps me out to put more of these episodes out a bit faster. But yeah, catch you in the next one.